molten embers. Arr! Because I love everything about Lovecraft Country, and I hate that there are no parking spots. Okay, but somebody gotta do it. Anyway, so what I was saying is I appreciate everything about Lovecraft Country that was infused in there, specifically regarding the Tulsa bombings and what happened many years ago on Black Wall Street. I'm very passionate about that, and to name some of the many things, one of the main things that we had to overcome as a people. Because can you imagine living in another state and hearing that happened in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, when people just decided to, well, since you want to keep us segregated, then we'll go out and get our own. We'll make our own, from banks to hospitals or grocery stores, housing districts. It was just, we were thriving as a people, and it's such a beautiful depiction, and there are a lot of people who missed out on that story, and again, the artistry that was delivered and executed in Lovecraft Country, a lot of them that I know personally, they missed out on it because of their issues with the LGBTQ, and I think it's so important to remember that everyone deserves love, and everyone communicates love in one way or another. That everyone deserves love. Everyone, especially if you have it in your heart to communicate it to someone and to share it with someone, then it's okay to be and to have ever been to have ever been the recipient of unconditional love, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless of your preferences in life and your preferences in race and your preferences, period. You know, everyone is entitled, as long as you're not hurting or condemning someone else. And that's the recap. Like, share, and subscribe. I can tell you like the recap. I dare you to say you didn't like it, because, like, you're still here. Thank you. But in short, I said what I said. That's all. It was an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini that you wore for the first time today. So I was considering Minions today, right? And I remember there was a time here recently, I'm saying recently, like in the last year or so, where someone who I trusted and loved had told me that he was in a crisis with some chick that he was dating, and basically told me to go over to his house, and because she was there and he wasn't there, but to go over there because he thought that she was going to do something to his house. And so I was like, you know, for sure, like, I love you, you know, I'm like your sister, right? I'm gonna go. I wish a bit, okay? I was ready to ride, right? But discernment. I got over there, and she starts telling me this story about basically letting me know that she don't know why I'm over there, because there wasn't anything going on. He didn't ask her to leave. She never refused to leave. It wasn't static like what he had made it seem like. And then she went further to tell me that she was planning to move in with him at his request. She had put her home, and she had children. She put her home on the market. So now her house is for lease, and she has a date that she had to move out by. And I listened to what she had to say, and I remembered when I was involved with someone who tried to F with me like that. And I felt so sorry for her. And I told her, I was like, well, first of all, I'm going to make it clear, if you were a threat to this person that I love, I promise I will be right now. I will be escorting you out of this house. It's not even about whether I can whoop her or not. That's not even the point. The point is that I came to do a job, and I was going to do it. But I don't take blind orders. I am nobody's minion, and this is why I'm so passionate for the people that can be bribed. Maybe these people know information about you. Maybe they're kind of sideways trying to blackmail you. Maybe they're offering you money, or remember I gave you X, Y, and Z, reminding you of little favors that they've done. And those favors were really just only bargaining tools and bargaining chips, so they can come back and cash in at a later date. I don't owe anybody anything like that, because I don't practice doing minion type work. So anyway, I considered what she told me, and I was like, and this particular guy, now remember, we're like brother and sister, so he tells me a lot, he's telling me a lot, and I know, like, right in the weeks before that, preceding that incident, this man was calling me and telling me how on the way home he stopped at other chick's house and was doing what cheaters do, what people do. And I was like, boy, quit telling me stuff like that, because I don't think it's cool. I didn't think it was cool when we was kids. I don't think it's cool now. And I've been the woman in the situation that was completely trusting, and I know that there were guys that were doing things like that. Well, intuitively I knew. I'm one of those people, though, that I don't have to have proof to act on my gut instinct and just walk away, or at least ask a question. And if I find myself asking the question too many times, then it's just done. We are done. But anyway, so I left her there in the house. I was like, I have young people in my house right now. I actually had house guests, not just my children. I actually had house guests, and I left those people to go and entertain that BS. So then in the weeks following that, he climbed all kinds of his feelings, and he felt betrayed. Man, I would never. And I was like, you would never? Baby, I would never. And I have never in our entire lives engaged you and asked you to run up on anybody. I've never asked you to have my back in that way and to do something that's compromising to you as my so-called, close friend or family. But then also as a man, I know that I'm doing the worst. I'm being stereotypical. Just say I was still married. I'm being a stereotypical military wife, which I've never been that. I'm no cheater. But I know that you know a lot of men that have gone through that, and I know that you yourself have gone through that. How could I ever send you over to run interference on some messy pots type stuff? And so because I refuse to be this boy's minion, then that that signaled to him that that's some form of betrayal in his delusional mind. And the way that this story has gotten back to me from his father, first and foremost, trying to bring it up, and I'm like,
know what you're talking about, elder?
I'm not even finna get in your ass and talk to you off the wall or talk to your son off the wall. I don't have anything to say, because the truth speaks for itself, and that woman knows. Whether she stays with him or not, she knows that a real woman met her that day. She met a real woman that day, in how I handled her, just refusing to be a minion. When we love each other as family, when you know you have that kind of family member, that if you just give the word, when you know you have that kind of family member or friend, a true rider, somebody that will roll up and pump some heat into the situation, that will level it all out, that's gonna get everything squashed real quick. We're gonna resolve it real quick. When you know you have somebody in your corner that rides like that, you're not supposed to pull them into stupid fuck shit. That's not what you're supposed to do. You don't call those people who you know would risk their lives for you. Young women, these men, these uncles, daddies, cousins, brothers, friends, these homeboys, these god brothers, you let your mouth get you into a bunch of trouble because you were going around being a venomous snake, talking shit about somebody, and then trying to call people that they're just trying to live their lives, but they're coming off the bench to take care of you, out of concern for you, and about to risk their lives, risking their freedom. They could easily go to jail. Shit can go down like that. You have an obligation to your family members to not put them at risk, to your friends, to your true ride or dies. You're supposed to be running interference, and you don't engage them in anything that could potentially cause them to get hurt or make them hurt someone else, especially someone that in essence you actually are manipulating, you actually are taking advantage of, you actually are lying to, you actually are stealing from, you actually are cheating on, victimizing yourself, knowing damn well you're the villain in this. When an agency I used to work for tried to pit me against people on my team and other women that look just like me, have similar backgrounds to me, my refusal landed me on the outside of that agency, and I was like,
so be it.
So be it. You find yourself as an angel surrounded by dark angels. You find yourself as a divine feminine surrounded by dark feminines. People that they are low, they're vibrating extremely low. No judgment against you, but like great minds think alike. And like-hearted individuals, birds of a feather. I totally believe in that. But anyway, I just want to say, don't be nobody's minion. Think for your damn self. I can speak. I've been tested. I've been tried. It's only one time someone told me to ask a lady if she would testify and write a statement that this other lady had, asked about personal health information. And I was like, how come you're not asking yourself and you're the supervisor? She was like, it's because I'm the supervisor and I don't want. And I listened and I was in a funk and I asked somebody to write a statement. And I thought about that and I was like, I wasn't the supervisor. I had no business asking nobody.
Sure. I just want to thank you again for tuning in. Check me out, like, share, and subscribe.